There you go.
Hey.
Hey, man. So, how are you?
What's up?
Everything good? Everything cool here. What about you?
Everything's going good. It's Wednesday. You know, it's 10 o'clock. Night is still young, but it's been a long day, but I'm alive and healthy, so that's all we can ask for. How about yourself?
Yeah, same here. Same here. It's Wednesday as well. You know, the weekend is right next to the corner. Thank God it's weekend. New Year as well. But to be honest, I'm seeing more the weekend not as a New Year, but more like, yes, time to relax. You know, time to get some sleep finally. So.
But are we really gonna relax? I feel like it's 2019, just the continuation. So hopefully 2022 will actually feel like a new year, because I feel like from 2019 up until, even all this year, it feels like just one long year that keeps going.
Totally. Yeah, I mean, it has been like a bad trilogy. It needs to stop.
Yes, bad trilogy. Not like the Matrix Resurrections, but that's a whole nother story for another conversation.
Oh man, I know. I feel horrible for that movie. I saw it a couple of days ago, and I was between. I mean, I already saw Spider-Man, so I was like, what if I watch it again? And then I was like, yeah, but Matrix, really cool. I loved it. I was like, yeah, I want to, go see Matrix. And yeah, at the end of it, I was like, I should have spent my money watching Spider-Man again for sure.
Yeah, I didn't go to the theaters. I watched it on HBO Max, and I'm glad I did on HBO Max. And I would have been upset if I went to the theater, because I was just like, they could have gone so many different ways with this story, and for what they did, I was just like, I would have rather watched a cartoon or something. But,
yeah, that was the thing. And, it was very interesting because when I went to the movies, so it was a little bit full, but you could tell who watched the trilogy and those who didn't. Because those who didn't, for those who didn't, they liked it. It was a cool action one, but you could tell who watched it because for their faces. I remember that even a couple just stand up and be like, I'm out of this, and they left.
See, yep.
And I was like, yeah, I mean, it's a shame. I mean, that movie, that trilogy, at least for me, I would say that they basically renovate the whole, the whole CGI, the bullet time, and all of that. It was really cool back in the day. But yeah, I mean, I feel bad for that because I was super excited. I was like, yeah, Spider-Man, then Matrix, we're killing it here. And then I was like, yeah, no, we're not killing it here. This movie killed me, basically.
No. Yeah, no. I'd rather go back and watch the trilogy again. Me personally, than to watch. Because like I said, it started off. It had a very good concept. It was like, all right. And then just by the middle and then the end, I'm just like, oh no, this is ridiculous. They should go back to the writer's room.
Yeah. I had to say to a cousin of mine that he was like, dude, is that the Matrix? And I was like, no, you need to watch the trilogy first, and then you understand what I mean. And he was like, okay, I will. And I was like, yeah, just watch it and pretend that this one never happened, and you'll be fine.
Yes.
You'll be
fine.
So
what we'll do, we'll consider Matrix Resurrections like Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, like it doesn't exist, like it never happened.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, let's leave it that movie's from another multiverse stuff, from another thing here. Yeah, let's leave it like that. And it's a shame because I do love all Keanu movie. Yeah, all of Keanu's stuff, I love it. I mean, he's such a cool guy here. But I hate that they would, I mean, he did all the best here. Every time he performs, it's cool. But as I've said in some of my episodes before, that you can have a very badass cast, but if the script is bad,
the script is horrible.
There you go.
No amount of acting, you can only do what's on the paper. Come bring it alive, but so much.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
I feel bad. I mean, I was hoping that at some point might connect with John Wick and be like, okay, now we're cool.
So basically, it was like John Wick was stuck in a nightmare in a bad dream. That's what Matrix Resurrections was. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to say the same thing. Yeah, let's leave it that did you watch the third one, Parabellum?
No.
You haven't watched it? The one with John Wick? Okay, then never mind. But yeah, I mean, let's pretend that John Wick took a nap and that was the night where he was on it. Let's leave it like that. Man. But anyway, so hey, welcome to the show. It is so cool to have you here. Now, before we start, I have to give you a proper welcome. If you have seen some of my episodes before, you know exactly what I'm about to do. If not, let me show you.
Ah.
There you go.
Thank you.
You know, we're still a small operation here. We're growing. At some point, we might have our episodes, our 1,000 episodes in Staples Center. I'm working on it, but we'll see.
All right.
That would be cool. But
things into existence.
Yeah, I mean, it's a shame. The other day I said that, and they were like, "Hey, do you know that they are gonna change the name?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" "Yeah, it's not gonna be Staples Center anymore." And I was like, "Wait, what?" "Yeah, it's gonna be like another name because they bought it." And I was like, "Well, it doesn't. I don't care. For me, it's gonna be
doesn't matter
at the end." So,
nope.
There you go. But hey, so again, welcome. It is so cool. I mean, what better way to end a cool evening with such a cool guy like you? So starting with the whole interview here, tell me how your passion for music started.
My passion for music started just by, I'm from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and Saturday mornings my mom would clean and she would always have the radio on. And so I picked up a lot. She would always have like R&B, your old school R&B, so like the New Editions, the Anita Baker, and then she liked rock stations and stuff too. So then I got some of your Bonnie Raitt and your Sting and Aerosmith. So my household growing up was really informed by a sense of different musical genres that I still love through today. But that's kind of where my passion for music, for listening to music and having an ear for music came from. And then they tell me that I used to be, 2 and 3 years old, walking around singing, If You Don't Know Me By Now, from Teddy Pendergrass and stuff like that. So I'll take them at their word for it, but I've always loved music.
Yeah, it is so cool. Yeah, and it's so interesting that back when you were a kid, and then you will listen, like the music from your parents, and then you start to like it, and you basically love it. I mean, even to this day. I mean, I do love like some of the music they used to play as well when we were going on trips and stuff like that. And yeah, it's amazing. I love it.
And most of those artists, not to be disparaging to any of the artists that are out now, but a lot of those artists in the 70s, 80s, 90s, even early 2000s, a lot of those artists actually, sang, and they actually had artist development, and they, you didn't know every single detail about their lives, but, when you heard something or saw something in a magazine, it was like, oh my goodness, this is what they're doing next. Or you see them perform at an award show, it's like the biggest thing. I think now, the talent and the willfulness to develop your talent to the point that it will create longevity has kind of faded. It's more of what kind of hit can I have now, or what's going on in my life, who am I dating, who am I not dating, who my baby mom is, when did they break up, all that type of stuff, and it's kind of taken away from some of the artistry of the music, what I grew up on and what we grew up on. So
yeah, absolutely. And I think it's one of the kind of the beauty of music itself, that like it can take you totally to another world, or it can expose like an emotion, into the most humble and to the most raw thing. Yeah, it is amazing. Yeah, I do agree on that. So on Apple Music and Spotify, we can hear your album, Casual Luxury. Tell me where the idea to create that album came from.
It's been almost 2 years in the making, although it's only 6 songs, 7 finally now. But I started writing that almost 2 years ago, and it's really just a labor of love to prove to myself that I could write, co-write, produce, and just put music out. Sometimes I'm a perfectionist, and so if it's not 100%, sometimes I will just not put it out. And my one producer told me, he's like, listen, you gotta let that go. Perfection does not exist. You keep practicing, you keep developing until you develop a baseline and you're good. and you can only grow from there. Because if you wait for things to be perfect, you're never going to do anything. There's never going to be the perfect conditions for something. And I had something to say, and I figured to get some of my thoughts and feelings out, and to collaborate with other creatives that I admired and know, and just decided to put this EP together. I used to work for a popular retail brand, and that was one of their slogans back in the day. And it was also me paying homage to the fact that I had the dream of being an artist even back then, even while working a 9 to 5, working weekends at a retail store, so it was mending the past, saying, that was a slogan. How fitting to put it with this new piece of material that I'm putting out, body of work. So, but
that's amazing.
I like it.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, that's really cool. And, it's interesting because I think everybody at some point in their lives work in the retail business. Like everybody. I used to work also in the retail business, and I remember that it was yesterday, basically, that on weekends, you will see all the families happy shopping, and there will be ice cream, and all of that, and you will be like, I remember that with some co-workers, I was like, man, I want that, I want that happiness, I hate this thing, and then they were like, yeah, me too, man. But this is where we are. And I remember that at some point we were like talking with all the staff, like, hey, what's your plan, like, what are you going to do for a living, and all of that. And everybody have some amazing plans, and then I remember that I was like, yeah, but something that I understand is retail, it's a killer dream. We all want dreams, but
it's a means to an ends for some of us.
But so cool, it's so interesting, the fact that you could use that experience somehow and put it for the album. That's really cool.
Everything works together. I don't believe that anything is by accident, even if you think it is. All of our lives, everything good and bad, it all works together for our ultimate good and to benefit somebody else. And music is universal language, and I connected with that, and I thought the theme would be, because it's my first EP, and I'm very, it's a very laid back project. I thought, what perfect way to say it's just casual. It's casual luxury. It's the fact that I don't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be the best vocal that I have or anything like that. It's just a good performance, good vocal performances, and I had something to say. So
yeah, I agree with that. That's so cool. Okay, and what are some of your favorite songs from that album?
I think my favorite song, I like Mondays, because even though it's the intro, it's like a minute and something, but most people don't like Monday. It's the start of the week. People hate getting out of bed. The weekends go by just like that. Part of the lyric says, 72 hours of just me and you. Like, the weekend goes by so fast. So that's a song that I love. The song that I like because of the vocal performance is probably the second track, is Long Gone, because that's the one where I'm singing the most.
Okay.
I'm shining a little bit more light on my vocal ability, even, just a tad. And then a lot of people like Creamer. I wrote that one based off a different experience. And but ultimately, my Better was the very first song that was written by, shout out to G. Samuels for penning that, and Cam De La for producing that. But that was the very first song that I put out. So they all have a special place. And I got to, I think on Family Ties, I had my aunt talking about me when I was a little kid, how I used to try to sing, and he used to tell me I'm not going to be a singer because I was hollering or whatever. But she says in the end, you are a singer and an actor, and I'm proud of you. So I think that might be the best one, though.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I love it. I mean, I did check it. I did check all the songs, and definitely for me, Better was between Better. Yeah, I think Better was the one that I like that. Yeah, it's cool. It was really awesome. And like, so yes, basically all of the songs are amazing. That's a fact here. But how you usually get inspired to start creating?
I keep a journal. I've kept a journal since high school, and I've written poetry and things like that. I've even been published in a few places, and I'm always writing my thoughts and feelings down on Post-its, on napkins, in journal entries, on old mail, and then sometimes just trying to getting with the right producers or right songwriters to help you craft your vision. You know, what do I want to say? How am I feeling? Who I kind of take myself out of the equation somewhat, and I think, what is the universe trying to say to me? What is the message that this lyric and this melody is trying to convey? And I kind of take that approach. Like I said, I'm a lover of all types of music, so I can be listening to a country song and be inspired to write an R&B lyric, or listening to R&B and be inspired by a gospel riff, and then what makes me want to, write. So my inspiration come from many places, and just life, being lived too.
Yeah. Okay. And like, what are some of your favorite artists that basically got you into this? I want to create music as well.
Oh, let's see. You have your Maxwell's, New Edition, even the pop boom '99, Christina Aguilera. You have who else? My other grandmother, my maternal grandmother used to listen to the Backstreet Boys and New Kids on the Block, so I had them in my head too. So, hey, what's up, folks? So my, of course, your Luther Vandross, the vocal tenor of all tenors, Whitney Houston, and then I like artists who kind of push the envelope, not only with their vocals, but they're not afraid, George Michael, people who aren't afraid to change up their look. This next project that I'm working on is going to be completely different from Casual Luxury, but still a thread of still me, but just taking things to the next level. So those are some of the artists that I look to for inspiration. Stevie Wonder, CeeLo, just some of the theatrics and the costumes and the Michael Bublé, where you can do like a Frank Sinatra, Tony Bennett style, to, like I said, CeeLo, where you have a big set and sequins or feathers or whatever, and then lights everywhere. So I'm inspired by a lot of different artists.
That's so cool. And like, what advice could you give to those who are recently started making their own music? Because I think it's challenging, right? You don't know what the hell you're doing, basically.
It is.
What can you say to them?
The best advice that I could give to any artist starting out is let go of being perfect. If you can, if you're a singer, and yes, raw talent is great, and some people are gifted, take voice lessons, learn an instrument, piano, guitar, something to help you maybe read music if you don't. I'm a person who, I did everything by ear first, and I'm just now going back and learning how to truly read music. I can, I know a little bit, but just learn as much as you can about your instrument, whatever that is as an artist. Find out what you have to say uniquely. Think about your life and your experiences, and also write your own material, because that can lead to you getting publishing and could lead to you writing for other artists. You could write a top line for somebody's verse, and that could earn you, you could be eating off that for the rest of your life. So and believe in yourself. I think we get so, believe in yourself, and not to curse on here, but just don't give a fuck. You cannot worry about what people are going to say or going to think about your artistry, because sometimes they don't understand because it's not meant for them. And just try to be as authentic as possible to,
there you go,
to yourself as an artist. So that's the best advice I would probably give to anybody that's starting out, and even to somebody who's has music out or is already an artist. Just never stop learning about your craft. You can always improve. You can always be better, and look for new ways to challenge yourself as an artist. Write a country ballad or a country song. Write a pop tune. Write an R&B thing. And also, don't be afraid to collaborate with other artists.
Yeah,
I will say that ego is the killer of a lot of dreams.
Yeah,
and you cannot be so. No matter how talented you are, there's always someone better, and there's always someone wanting to take your spot. So understand your gifting, understand your talents, understand your worth, know your worth, but also be humble enough to work with other people and build collectively. So that's in a long sentence. That's my best advice for
yeah, but it's true. I mean, for example, what I do appreciate whenever I hear like a new artist, new band, or whatever, is like like their style, you know, like what they are putting on the table, you know, because I mean sometimes happen that we will have like the same recycle of the same thing over and over and over and over, you know what I mean? And it gets into a point in which there is no creativity anymore, you know. Yes. There is no more like honesty, like no more touch, you know. It's like you will have now artists which is focused on the money, and that's fine, but the thing is that it loses, I mean, at least to me, it loses that touch, that originality to be like, okay, I like that, you know.
Yeah, it's you know, I real quick, I was in the studio when I was recording Casual Luxury on the Long Gone record. The studio where I recorded that, they also have a podcast room, and at the end of the song I do some different high notes or whatever, and the folks started coming in, and I heard them, and I just kind of shut down because I was just like, oh my God, what if I crack in front of these people while they're walking through the studio? They're not paying attention to me at all, but in my mind I'm thinking, oh my God, what if I crack? What if this run is not right? What if they hear me mess up? Blah, blah, blah. And my producer, he's like, hey, yo, what's the matter with you? And I said, well, people were coming through. He's like, man, don't nobody care about that. Like, yo, you can sing your face off. Like, get in there and do the song. Like, you have the notes. Just do it. It's like, they don't care. He's like, and if you mess up, that's why we're recording. It's to capture the best vocal performance. That's why we can do takes of stuff, and we can comp you in, and we can redo it. Let that mess go. And I was just like, okay. It was a mental game. After that, finish the song.
Yeah.
You know.
There you go. Perfect. Now, let's talk about your acting career. So you have been in plays such as The Color Purple, Ghost the Musical, Chicago the Musical, Hair the Musical, Ragtime the Musical, The Wiz. But tell me, like, what do you like the most about theater?
I just like acting in general. I think being able to play different characters and bring these people to life on stage and in film is something special. I think every person, even if you're not an actor, all of us during our childhood, for the most part, played pretend, make believe. We had imaginary friends. You played Power Rangers or Ninja Turtles or X-Men, or, you know, girls play with Barbies, Hot Wheels, all that kind of stuff. So you had an imagination, and I think as an actor, you get to, as an adult, or even just actors in general, you get to play in that imaginary sandbox. And I always like to say that these characters don't know that they're not real. So I love taking on somebody else's life, even if it's for one show, a film, 13 shows, 20 shows, being able to breathe life and live somebody else's life for a certain amount of time. Not only does it expand my horizons as a human, because they may do things, one may be right-handed, I'm left-handed in life. One may not sing, I'm a singer. One, you know, I don't know, maybe they have beat their wives or played baseball or something like that. So I'm able to step into the mind of these characters and figure out what motivates them. Who are they? Why are they the way they are? Again, what motivates them? What's their end goal? So theater, and I discovered I've always loved acting, but I didn't do theater until my early 20s, which is not that long ago. But that's when I started. That's when I did The Color Purple off Broadway, and that was just such an experience that I did with the Road Company and Grand Theater. And so, yeah, just being able to be different characters at any given time, future, past, present. Yeah, it's fun. It's really fun.
Okay. And how you usually prepare a character for a play? I mean, I understand, of course, that every role is different, but like, what usually sets you off?
I ask questions about my character. My acting coach I've learned through my acting coach that you're allowed to ask these questions of your character. Who am I? What is their favorite color? Did they grow up poor? Did they come from a single parent household? Do they have siblings? Did they graduate high school? Did they work at McDonald's? Are their grandparents still living? Were they raised by their grandparents? So you just start asking yourself all these questions about your character, and then you bring them, and then you embody that. You take on those things, and sometimes you will learn that what you thought about those questions that you asked will lead you to the truth of the character that you are portraying.
Okay. And what would you say is an important aspect for a play or a musical to be a successful one?
Say that one more time.
Yeah. So what would you say it's an important aspect for a play or a musical to be a successful one?
For the people that have, know your lines. Number one, know your lines. Because if you don't know your lines, what are you doing? No, but yes, knowing for the characters or the cast to know their lines, to have fun, and to be active listeners. Excuse me. Because, and especially with live theater, at any given time, you don't know if your co-star or castmate may be going through something, and they may not be mentally all the way there like they normally are the night before, like they were the night before. You have to be able to kind of pick up their energy and listen to their delivery of the line. Know the line so well that if somebody threw you a curveball, you're able to just change on a dime, and you're able to flow with it and or improv. So yeah, just knowing your lines, having fun, and being comfortable in the character's story. Again, the character's outcome may not be one that you personally would choose as you, but it's the truth of that character. And so once you reconcile those things, I think that creates a successful musical or play.
There you go. And like at the moment, what has been some of your highlight moments from your career?
First and foremost, I would say playing Harpo on The Color Purple off Broadway was a major eye-opening and successful for me, because it was really the first time that I understood that I could be do a leading role, and also support in a musical, which required me to dance, act, and sing, and do them well. My first paid singing job was on The Spirit of Philadelphia as a singing server, so that was a highlight. Getting an agent was a highlight. I was on TV for the first time. Early in February, I did Death Saved My Life on Lifetime starring Megan Good. and I got that through my agent. So that was nice for my family and friends to get those mentions on my IG story. It's like, hey, Beau, oh my God, look, there's Beau on TV, blah, blah, blah. So that was nice. Putting out my first music project, I think that was, again, proving to myself that it doesn't have to be perfect, but if you just start, people will see the potential, people will understand that you're serious about your craft, and your helpers will find you. And I got to work with, it's not out yet, it'll be out in the first quarter of next year, but I got to act along opposite an industry veteran that I can't say too much about, but it was such an amazing experience, and it let me, and he and I had conversations off camera that let me know that I was on the right path as an actor, as a musician, and I can't wait for people to see that movie and the character that I play in that. That blew my mind how the universe worked that out for me. So that's, so far, those have been the highlights. And working with new producers. I just started working with some amazing new musicians and producers. So the full-length album that I'm working on is going to be truly, truly something special. And I'm really writing that from the heart and really taking everything to the next level with vocals and writing and everything. So those are the highlights so far.
Okay. Now, if you could describe your career at the moment on a movie, TV show, a book, or even a play, why not? What would be the title of it?
Oh, wow. What would be the title at the moment? Ooh. A Dream Deferred.
Fair enough. And would it be a movie, TV show, book, or play?
Which one would it be?
Yeah.
It would be a movie.
There you go.
It would be a movie.
I like it. And then soon a trilogy, right?
No 4, just 3
parts. I mean, just remember that if you're doing a trilogy, you need to, the last one, split into 2.
Yes.
Yeah. I hate when they do that, but I understand business, so that's fine. But if you could describe your career again, but this time on a drink, which one would you choose?
As a drink?
Yeah.
Oh. Tequila, something, I don't know the drink, but it would just be tequila mixed with something. Tequila and Coke or rum and Coke, or no, definitely has to be tequila.
Okay.
Tequila.
All right. Yeah. I like it. Fair enough. Yeah. Or, for example, one shot that I tried and basically described my career would be, do you know mezcal? You know it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you will have a shot of mezcal with Tabasco sauce on it.
Wait. Yeah. Mezcal with Tabasco sauce?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. I tried it back. I mean, I know that drink. A friend of mine didn't discover it, of course. But we were like working. So we were in college. We were working at this bar. You know, I mean, it was basically just to have fun. And the pay was horrible. But anyway, that's not the point. The point was that one time, this friend of mine, it was a Monday or a Tuesday, I remember. The place was empty, and then he was like, "Hey man, do you want to be like my like the guinea pig?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" Yeah. I got the idea of all of these awesome shots. Do you want to drink them? And I was like, you know what? That sounds cool. I will drink that. So he got like so many different types. Some of them were really good. And then we stood up into this beast, which it was mezcal with Tabasco. And trust me, when you drink it, you literally feel how it's going down to your stomach until it blows.
Put hair on your chest, huh?
Yeah, it's really good. I loved it, but it's just one and that's it.
The one and done.
Yeah, you don't want more. Because no, it's horrible. It's horrible, man.
No, I'm a tequila guy. I stay away from the Hennessy.
Yeah.
And Crown Apple. Oh, Crown Apple and no tequila.
Okay. Let's leave it like that. And like my last question here, man, is like, what motivates you? I mean, we all have those fucked up days in which we feel like what we're doing is horrible. Nobody likes it. We have wasted our time. We have wasted our life. We compare ourselves with others and we know that they're killing it. And you're like, what the hell is happening here? Like, but like, I wonder, like, what gets you out of this whole toxic thoughts and be like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna do my thing. I loved it. If people like it or not, I don't care. It's my thing. So,
what motivates me? You hit the nail on the head. Because some days, it really is like that. For all you creatives that are out there, trust me, we feel you. We understand that there are days, what he just said, where you feel like, why am I doing this?
Yeah.
I think what motivates me is, one, I have vision boards. So I've not only have I written down my goals and things that I am willing to happen and working towards happening, but I also have pictures of things. So that keeps me motivated. Knowing that my life's purpose is to be a storyteller. And whichever avenue that takes me is fine. My one boss, is an attorney and was a guitarist for many years, he told me, he said, listen, you have the talent, you have the drive, you have to be okay with not making it. And I said, huh? He said, no. He said, listen, you have everything, all the ingredients, you have the, in fact, you have all that stuff. He's like, but are you content, or are you okay with it not happening the way you want it to happen? He said, he said, your talent can never be taken away from you. Your talent can never be taken away from you. You will always have that. It just may not be where you're a world famous artist or actor, but would you be comfortable acting in regional theater or putting out music independently? If you can be okay with that, find peace in the if it never happens while you're working towards when it happens. And so I think that's what motivates me. And every morning I get up, I try to, I pray and I meditate and I say 5 things that I'm grateful for every morning. And I look at my vision boards, and that motivates me because there are days when, like right now I have a cold, so my voice is not working right. I just talked to my voice teacher earlier this morning. I'm just like, my voice is, shot. Well, some days it's going to be like that. You have to warm up longer. You have to maybe not sing that day. You maybe have to be on vocal rest. Sometimes you're going to forget a line. You may not get the take the first time. It doesn't have any bearing on your talent or your gifts or how hard you've worked to be where you are. So I think that just, again, believing in myself. You have to believe in you more than anybody else believes in you. Period. I know that may sound cliche. I know that sounds like, well, Beau, what do you mean? No one wants to support me. You have to do it even without support. You have to do it 0 views, 5 views, 100,000 views. Do it.
Yeah.
That's what motivates me.
I agree with that. I mean, I would definitely say drop the mic, so
I'll
drop it.
I'm glad it helps.
Yeah. No, yeah, but it is true. I mean, it is true. I mean, you basically hit all the points here. So, yeah, that's amazing, man. And also, I mean, I can't wait to see more of your awesome stuff in the future. I mean, I'm super sure here, like with the music, as I said, your music is really cool. I loved it. I can't wait to see more of it. And yeah, I'm super sure that little by little, more things, like more awesome stuff are gonna come to your career, because as I said in some of the episodes that I had with other talented people as well, is that when you do things because you love them and you're honest by heart, like everything just starts to come up at the right time. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like sometimes, like for example, I was the other day thinking about it, like, man, I should have got the podcast idea like at the point of the whole pandemic, right? And I was like, that would have been like the best moment to reach everybody. But then later on, I remember that during that time, it was like one of my worst times. You know, I was just like not in a very good moment at that, and I was like, yeah, but if I would have done that, probably would have messed up eventually because of how unstable I was at that point. You know what I mean? So things happen eventually. It's just a matter, and it's so interesting because it happens the moment you less expect it. And as I said, I mean, the fact that you are putting your music into it, and you're also on theater, and you're like getting more stuff here and there. That's really cool. That is inspiring. I'm super sure that there's a lot of people who rely on you, and also they can get the chance to get inspired by what you do. You know.
I thank you for that. Shout out to Atlanta. Hey, and also remember that it's important to have good character and to be nice to people.
Yeah.
A lot of especially if you're dealing in entertainment spaces, a lot of the times you don't have to be the most talented person to succeed. It's your attitude. It's how you treat people. It's how you treat the producer and the person that's number one on the call sheet, and how you treat the person who is the maintenance man, how you treat the person who is valet parking, how you treat the person who's fixing your dinner, how you treat the person at the airport. All those things, it's human decency. And there have been times where I know I've met people who have been complete jerks and people, insanely gifted, insanely talented, but just their disposition and their demeanor is just trash, straight trash. Now, granted, they may be successful in things, but that's not going to last. Or if it's sustaining, people hate them behind closed doors, and they're only with them because of the money that they can make off of them. But genuine relationships in the entertainment industry, like real relationships and friendships, go a long way. People will think about the person that made them feel good, that talked to them, that had a good demeanor, who had a good attitude while working after a 14-hour day on set. Somebody will call that person in for a job, as opposed to the actor who's complaining that, well, I've been on set for 4 hours and I haven't had a break yet, and where's my mocha latte? I sat next to Bruce Willis on the airplane ride. No one cares. Just be nice to people.
Yeah, exactly. Basically, don't be a dick. You know? Yeah. You know, as in one of my interviews we were like talking about that, and then he said, just don't be a dick. And that's it. You're good to go. Just don't be a dick. Plain and simple. I love it. But hey, man, thank you so much for being here. It is so cool and inspiring to have you here. Also, I want to thank those for watching. I mean, if you're watching this right now, thank you so much. If you're watching it later, or on YouTube, or listening it on Spotify or Apple Music, I mean, normally what I would say is for you to put pause. Then you're gonna leave a like, subscribe, follow. I mean, that would be amazing, and I would appreciate that a lot. And then since it's holidays, who cares about being healthy? Go eat a cookie or 2 or 3, the whole box. You know what I mean?
No. What do you mean?
Yeah, go eat everything you want, and then once you're full and you can't move, then you're gonna grab your phone, and then you're gonna follow this rock star right here, and you're gonna support all of his content. Listen, check the music, check everything he does, because it is really cool. And then again, thank you so much. Before I send you off, I need to send you properly. So,
hey, I feel like a superstar. Thank you so much for having me.
And keep killing it, and I'll see you in the next one.
Thank you.
All right, man, have a good one.
Bye. Have a good one.